I think everything is looking wonderful. I'm gonna double check that everything is looking wonderful. Hello, everyone. Yes, we are live. That's wonderful. Hey, I hope you're all doing great. I want to welcome you to another exciting edition of Tea Talk. If you don't know who I am already, I'm Danny Cade, and today I'm going to get a little bit serious about a topic that's not just about health and wellness, but it's about something that can truly affect how long and how well we live. We're going to explore the surprising link between common environmental toxins and our telomeres. Those are those tiny protective caps at the ends of our DNA that are crucial for longevity and overall health. But before we get going, I want to ask you something. How many of you have ever considered that the products that you use every day in your home might be affecting your lifespan? Okay, just drop a quick yes or no in the comments or in the chat. You might be surprised by what we uncovered today, and hopefully I don't scare you too badly. I know Halloween's coming, I'm a little bit early, but before we jump in, let's do a quick refresher on on telomeres, okay? I know we've talked about them before, but it's worth revisiting. And you might remember telomeres are like those little plastic tips on your shoelaces. They protect our DNA from unraveling. And every time our cells divide, these telomeres get a little bit shorter and then they become too short and our cells can't divide properly, which leads to aging and an increased risk of disease. So keeping our telomeres in good shape is key to staying healthy and living longer. Now, today we're going to explore how your home environment could be impacting those tiny but mighty little protectors. Now, here's where it gets intriguing to me. I don't know if you knew this, but many everyday products that we use in our homes contain chemicals that can accelerate telomere shortening. And studies have found that exposure to toxins in plastic containers, BPA in canned goods, and the VOCs, which is volatile organic compounds from paints and air fresheners, they can all cause oxidative stress, which directly impacts telomere length. Now, one study showed that people exposed to higher levels of these toxins had significantly shorter telomeres, which translates to they looked older than they should have. And they also had a shorter lifespan and a risk of diseases like cancer and heart disease. Now, here's one. Imagine what seems like a harmless air freshener, that could be silently speeding up your biological clock. And I want to share a quick story. I know that sounds really weird, but a friend of mine, and she's always been health conscious, she started experiencing unexplained fatigue and frequent headaches, and she couldn't figure out what was going on. So after we had a conversation similar to this, she decided to take a closer look at her home environment. And what she discovered really surprised her. Her favorite scented candles, which she burned every evening, were emitting harmful chemicals that were not only irritating her lungs, but they were also accelerating the aging of her cells by shortening her telomeres. Now, this experience led her to swap out those candles for some nice natural toxin-free alternatives. And within weeks, she did notice an impressive improvement in her energy levels and overall well-being. Now, this isn't just about feeling better, it's about protecting your cellular health and longevity. Key right there. Okay, so now let's take a look at a few everyday items that you might have at home that could be impacting your telomeres. Air fresheners, like I just said, these often contain VOCs that can harm your lungs and your telomeres. So you want to swap them out for maybe something like some nice essential oil diffusers, or you can make some nice natural room sprays just using a little spray, cleaning bottle that you can get at the dollar store, or actually get a better one. A little water and lavender oil, that works too. Another thing is those plastic food containers. When they are heated, they can release chemicals that disrupt your hormones and potentially shorten your telomeres. So you want to replace those with glass or stainless steel containers, okay? Third, I know non-stick cookware is wonderful. It's very convenient, but they can release toxic fumes when they're overheated. So you want to consider switching to good old school cast iron. Stainless steel is good. So is ceramic cookware when it comes to healthier cooking. So by making these simple swaps, you can create a home environment that supports your telomere health and contributes to a longer, healthier life. So if we want to take it a step further, here's a simple checklist I'm going to give you that you can use to start detoxifying your home for better telomere health. Now, last week, I did mention air quality, and I'm going to say it again. You can do something simple like get some spider plants, snake plants is another one, or you can invest in a HEPA air filter. And the other thing that I think is the greatest thing is when it's possible, keep the windows open because that's great for reducing indoor pollutants, providing that it's cleaner outside. Okay, cleaning products, that's a big one. Swap out those harsh chemical-laden store-bought cleaners for anything natural or maybe a do-it-yourself alternative. And the reason why is because the average household cleaner is an absolute cocktail of toxic ingredients that can wreak havoc on your health. Every time you spray or wipe, you're releasing chemicals like ammonia, bleach, and phthalates into the air that you're breathing. You're coating your surfaces with substances that can irritate your skin, your eyes, and your lungs. And long-term exposure has been linked to serious health issues like asthma, hormone disruption, and even cancer. And it's not just you, it's your kids and your pets. That environment puts you all at risk. So hopefully you decide to switch out what you're using for anything natural or some sort of a homemade solution. In doing that, you're protecting your family from this chemical barrage, you're reducing your environmental footprint, and you're creating a healthier, safer home for all of you, okay? Personal care products, same principle applies here. You want to ditch those chemical-laden personal care products for organic, non-toxic alternatives. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and it absorbs up to 60% of what you put on it. So that means that every lotion, shampoo, and deodorant that's packed with toxic ingredients like parabens, phthalates, and synthetic fragrances is seeping into your bloodstream. And these chemicals can disrupt your hormones, trigger allergic reactions, and they've been linked to reproductive issues and even cancer. So the products that you're trusting to keep you clean and fresh, they could be doing a lot more harm than good. So by switching to organic, non-toxic options, you're not just pampering your skin, you're protecting your health from a daily dose of dangerous chemicals. And we don't really think about this because if it's on the shelves, it must be safe, right? Or is it? Okay, moving on to food storage, okay? You want to store your food in the glass containers and steer clear of those microwavable plastics. Why? Again, well, plastics can leach harmful chemicals like BPAs, phthalates, and other endocrine disruptors into your food, especially when heated. These chemicals have been linked to hormone imbalances, reproductive issues, and even certain cancers. The warmth of your food creates the perfect environment for these toxic substances to seep in, turning your leftovers into a health hazard. So by switching to glass containers, you're not just preserving the taste and quality of your food, you're safeguarding your health from those invisible threats. Okay, so far, if we combine all of these things that we've looked at so far, is quite the load of toxins for our body to deal with. It's kind of scary. So lastly, we'll look at water. We did touch on this last week too. You want to filter your drinking water as best you can and don't cheap out, okay? That way you can eliminate harmful contaminants that are lurking in your tap. Things like heavy metals, pesticides, industrial chemicals, they can all sneak into your water supply, and that's exposing you to toxins every time you take a sip. So these contaminants, again, can damage your DNA, speed up the aging process, and increase your risk of chronic diseases. Even substances like chlorine can wreak havoc on your body over time. So by making the simple switch to filtered water, again, you're protecting your telomeres, and that's so crucial. That's those crucial caps on your DNA that influences aging, and that's taking a vital step towards longer, healthier life. So your home should be a safe sanctuary, not a source of toxic harm. So by making just a few changes, you can protect your telomeres and in turn, your health and longevity. And I encourage you to start implementing at least one of these tips today. Your future self is going to thank you for that. And remember, the choices that we make today, that shapes our tomorrow. So let's make our homes a nice, safe place where our health and telomeres can thrive. Now, who's ready to start detoxifying their home? Okay, and before we wrap up, I'd like to hear just one tip from today's talk that you're excited about trying. Just drop it in the chat or the comments. I'd love to see us inspire each other to create healthier homes for ourselves. Okay, so thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me, and do join me tomorrow for my wellness show. I'm going to be talking a little bit about a very important subject now that school is kicking back in, kids' health. So I do hope you join me. I'll be right here on Danny Cade Wellness at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also, there's a webinar coming up just in a few more weeks, is the Telomeres story, and it's by Dr. Bruce Daggy. He's going to go in depth on this one, and that is Wednesday, September 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're in my wellness center, you'll find the link there as well to register. Highly encourage you to do it, but if not, well, I'll have the link for the wellness center and the webinar above, as well as my wellness group, all this wellness stuff. I'm sorry, getting tongue-tied. Danny's Wellness Tribe. I encourage you to join me there. I've got people joining on a regular basis. It's wonderful, and we're ramping into some good things that are coming up now that summer's winding down. Also, if you've missed any of my previous shows and you want to catch those, you can cherry pick what you'd like to watch through my channel on YouTube. Again, it's just like my name, Danny Cade Wellness. And yeah, I fully encourage you to subscribe. That way, anytime I'm up to something, you'll hear that big ding and you'll know, yeah, okay, Danny's at it again. So wonderful. Okay, well, thank you for being here, everyone. I do hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, bye for now, everyone. Take care.